what led to this whole crisis in Rivers State today? Because even if I have an agreement with you prior to me becoming elected and all that, and at some point, you're not even allowing me breathe, you're suffocating me at the point I will revolt. It's a natural thing. People will revolt for survival. Let's look at the situation that led to this entire issue. First of all, Governor Wike demanded 25% of Rivers State allocation. It seemed even from the rumors we hear about, seemed even offered to give 10% of Rivers State allocation. This is what is happening in our states. Not just that, we had a situation where he appointed almost all the commissioners, appointed SS for the man, appointed a chief security officer. Come on, these are personal things that should be of concern to the governor. These are things that should make him revolt. And when you see a situation where even the commissioners nominated by Wike as against those of them nominated by Sim, you see those ones disrespecting the governor of Rivers State. And you expect him not to revolt, to still stick to an agreement before the elections? No, naturally everybody will revolt. Let's look at what happened with the Songhai farm. Why is Wike angry that Sim is trying to restore the Songhai farm in Rivers State? When he killed Songhai farm, that actually created employment for Rivers people, because Sim wants to revive it, it's part of the problems he's having with Sim. And when you look at all these issues, you now ask yourself and tell yourself, should I obey the agreement we had before I became governor?
Oh, I did not even have this information when I posited that Wike's mentor and role model is Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That is it. Because you cannot even imagine why an individual wants to earn 25% of the state allocation, right? State allocation every month. Every month, 25%. Imagine what he was collecting while he was governor. You are out of the seat of governor, you want to be earning. This is plus and minus the pension that is supposed to be receiving from the state, right? He wants to have the 25% paid to his personal account. Why? Tinubu don't tell them, see, this is how I became president. I said the influence of Tinubu in our politics is a cacao that we will live to regret. Now Tinubu teach and work. That's why now he wants to also have the 25% paid every month for another 4 years or 8 years. Then you can answer, yeah, it's time to go to presidency. So when he comes, he can buy everybody. See Wike now. See, and the people, Rivers not be Lagos and Fubara not be Ambode. But when I share this with me, reach Tinubu, make it reach all of them. Rivers is not Lagos, Fubara is not Ambode. That rubbish, they will stop him. I love Rivers, but I can't fear. Not be Rivers where I know. Not be Rivers people where I know. But not they collect, daredevil. Even if na bad thing, they go stick to them, they go do and let alone say you can get good thing to do. God bless you, Fubara. Wike too small. You too small, no? Not be Lagos where one man put the food stay for pocket. He tried to do it in Edo State, they cut down to size. Cut down to size, come on, buddy. Nah, it's not. When I share this, I don't want to even talk to me when I watch the video. They finish Wike. Evil. Oh, God. Even far. Later.
What led to this whole crisis in Rivers State today? Because even if I have an agreement with you prior to me becoming elected and all that, and at some point, you're not even allowing me breathe, you're suffocating me at the point I will revolt. It's a natural thing. People will revolt for survival. Let's look at the situation that led to this entire issue. First of all, Governor Wike demanded 25% of Rivers State allocation. It seemed even from the rumors we hear about, seemed even offered to give 10% of Rivers State allocation. This is what is happening in our states. Not just that, we had a situation where he appointed almost all the commissioners, appointed SS for the man, appointed a chief security officer. Come on, these are personal things that should be of concern to the governor. These are things that should make him revolt. And when you see a situation where even the commissioners nominated by Wike as against those of them nominated by Sim, you see those ones disrespecting the governor of Rivers State. And you expect him not to revolt, to still stick to an agreement before the elections? No, naturally everybody will revolt. Let's look at what happened with the Songhai farm. Why is Wike angry that Sim is trying to restore the Songhai farm in Rivers State? When he killed Songhai farm, that actually created employment for Rivers people, because Sim wants to revive it, it's part of the problems he's having with Sim. And when you look at all these issues, you now ask yourself and tell yourself, should I obey the agreement we had before I became governor, or there is a need to liberate Rivers people? Because let's be honest. if Sim continues with the agenda Wike has for Rivers State, trust me, Rivers State will not make progress. Wike took Rivers State 10 years backward with all the things he did in Rivers State for 8 years. He took Rivers State 10 years backward, that Rivers State today cannot even compete with states like Lagos State. Before, we were competing with Lagos State, at least at some level. But today, everybody in Rivers, it's running away from Rivers State, looking for greener pasture elsewhere. Rivers State used to be a place where people return to. And you expect the man to continue to fold his hands and watch these things happen? Now, let me also shock you that out of the 5 billion palliative money that was sent to Rivers State, we can demand for 2 billion from it. When we look at all these things, you will not ask him to fold his hands, watch these things happen to Rivers people. Sim also has conscience, and that is why some of us commend his move and are against what Wike is doing in Rivers State. Such high-handedness should not be supported by any means. And for whatever reasons, whether there was a prior agreement or not, such a thing should not be seen in Rivers State. And I commend him for this particular action. Any godfather who actually intends to control his godson or whoever it is he has brought into power by crook or hook, should never continue with that particular arrangement.
Well, I don't need to prove it. These are known facts. They are always in the social media. Everybody knows. The former governor, out of 16 commissioners, the governor was allowed to produce only one, while the former governor produced 15. As a governor, you cannot appoint your CSO. The former governor appointed your CSO. The former governor appointed the chief of staff. All the appointments that has been given were made by the former governor. These are known facts by everybody. And that is why it is very painful to them when the governor says, I dissolve the ESCO. That is one aspect. Two, you hardly see the governor attending meetings of governors, either PDP or anywhere, because the instruction is he should not go out. You rather see deputy governor attending and not the governor. The governor is not using the state plane, which is a known fact, because he would not like not to travel. It is the former governor that will use the plane owned by the state. These are known to everybody. In terms of see the governor see people, you cannot just see people unless you have permission from the former governor. These are known to every river son and daughters. So as regards whether we have been protesting, this protest has been on. I have personally come out severally to ask the former governor to allow this young man to rule. They're on record. We have been talking, allow this man to rule. Before he became a minister, the former governor had to report in his house every morning to take directives from him, as if he's the de facto governor. And in godfatherism, if you look at the issue of godfather, there are principles that they applied. The godfather don't control everything. They only give directions and allow you to operate. So what happened in Rivers State is like we are caged. The state was caged. It happens a time when I came out outburst and said, leave this boy alone. If this is we are not seen, why will I come? And why did they not counter me? There was nobody who countered me. I challenged Wike to counter me. Let him come out. If it is possible, we face one-on-one. Let him say what I'm saying is not true. These are the facts that is known to everybody. Maybe when you have opportunity to speak to the governor, maybe we hear from him. Or those close to him. I am not in his government. But as another statesman, I happen to be involved in things that will improve the life of
Your Royal Highness, you also talked about contracts. Can you expatiate on that? You said some contracts have been signed.
Let me give you one.
And state funds.
I will just give you one example. I'll give you one example. Governor Wike said by himself that before he left, he has planned the road, the ring road with Julius Berger. Unfortunately, time was not on his side, and so the present governor side. How much is that road? Almost 200 billion naira. A governor coming to office, you are giving him a project of 200 billion naira. This is not a project the governor planned. And there are things, small things we can do, what 200 million can do. If you invest 200 million in all the LGA, then 10 billion in all the LGA, you can see how far it will go. But you have no option. And the directive is pay them in advance. And most of the contracts he awarded, they were paid before even the contract was done. These are known facts by the Rivers State. And when he was even commissioning that road, his speech was very clear to everybody. So let him now come back to deny. Although in Nigeria, anything he can deny. He was calling APC as cancer, that he would not go to APC as cancer.
Okay.
That is in malaria, PDP malaria.
So,
but today, where is he? So people can talk with two different ways.
Do you have any...
But what you are saying that is...
Do you have any proof on the state allocation as regards certain amounts and state allocation being sent to certain parties? Do you have proof on that? You want to talk about that before I move to Mr. Thierry
I am not part of the government, but... Okay.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Finish what you're saying, sir.
I said I am not part of the government, but these are visible things that everybody see. The governor has not even done thank you talk of the state. He's waiting for permission to go ahead.
Okay.
To do thank you talk.
Okay, so
these are things you will smell. If there's a good food around there, if somebody is cooking a good soup, the odor of the soup will tell you what they are cooking.
Okay.
If somebody is cooking bad soup, the odor of the soup will tell you what they are cooking. I'm not part of their government.
Okay.
And I'm an activist. I observe and I speak out. I expect them to say, challenge me, that what you are speaking out is a lie.